Today, we're going to be talking about contour lines. What is a contour line drawing? A contour is the line that defines an edge. When we draw contour lines, we follow the visible edge of a shape. A contour line drawing is just an outline drawing that uses no shading. But how do we do this? A contour line drawing is done when the artist looks intently at the edges of the object and rarely looks at the paper while their pencil is moving. The goal of the contour line drawing is to make a line that is true to what you are actually seeing and to train your hand to copy your eye's movements. Let's take a look at these two drawings side by side. To the left, you see a contour line drawing. To the right, you see a line drawing with shading. What's the differences and what are the similarities? Well, some of the similarities are obviously they are both drawing a picture of a hand, and you can see the fingernails and the shape of the hands. But you can see in the contour line drawing that it is just lines and just a basic outline. There is no shading, and it almost looks like it's been done with one continuous line, which definitely a way to do a contour line drawing. The one on the right, though, is a lot different. It looks more realistic. There's some shading. You can see different. You can see the form and the space that the hand is taking up. So it's definitely different when it comes to shading versus contour line drawing. So why do you think we should do contour line drawings? Well, it's important to capture the edges and the details that we often overlook when we are drawing. Also, it develops good hand eye coordination, which is key when learning how to draw. Contour drawing exercises will help train your hand to follow your eye's movement. It develops the right side of the brain's muscles, and it helps become more aware of what is being observed. But it also balances the left brain's tendency to generalize and simplify everything, which creates stereotypical ways of seeing and drawing. So essentially, the reason why we are doing these contour line drawings is because we are trying to train our hand to just follow our eyes' movements instead of generalizing what we think the object that we are drawing should look like. Some artists that use contour line drawings are Pablo Picasso and Alexander Calder. As you can see, they are just doing line drawings. There's no shading involved. Pablo Picasso's artwork, which is on the left, he used to really study just the human figure and how to create contour line drawings of people who are sitting in front of him. Whereas Alex Calder used wire to create these very interesting contour line drawings or wire sculptures, I should say, of people's faces. The first type of contour drawing we are going to be studying is blind contour. A contour drawing is done without looking at your paper at all. This helps train your eyes to look more often at your subject matter rather than at your paper. Staring down at your paper can be very hard to break, so we're going to try to break that habit. If you take a look at the contour line drawings on the bottom of the screen, you'll see that they do look, in fact, like what the person is observing, but they are a little distorted. And that's going to be okay. These are not supposed to look realistic at all. The first exercise you are going to do is a blind contour drawing. The materials you're going to use are a drawing utensil, such as a marker, crayon, pencil, or colored pencil, and a paint with a Q-tip. You are expected to complete two blind contour line drawings of your hand in two different positions. No cheating, no looking at your paper. One drawing will be with a pencil, a marker, a colored pencil, etc., and the other one will be with a Q-tip and paint. Remember, follow the outline slowly with your eyes to try to match that movement with your hand. This helps train your hand-eye coordination. To try to draw also all the little details like fingernails, folds of the skin, and little creases. Let's take a look at how this is done using a pencil first, or I should say a Sharpie first. So as you can see, the artist is has their hand in a certain position. They're just trying to draw exactly what they see with their hand. You cannot see the artist's eyes, but I want you to just remember that this artist is not looking at their paper at all. They are just specifically looking at their hand. You can see that the artist also doesn't really lift up their marker too much, okay? Because it's kind of tough to do that, especially when you're not looking at your paper because you don't know where to place your marker. So we're just drawing all of the different shapes of the hand, and let's continue to watch how this is done. So, for our next one, we are going to watch the artist create a blind contour of their hand in a different position with paint and Q-tip. So, what you will need is your paper, obviously, a little container of paint, and a Q-tip. You're going to put your hand in a different type of position. After you do that, you're going to do a blind contour. So you're not looking at your paper, you are only looking at your hand. Remember to follow every single edge. Take your time when you do this and go nice and slow. I'm trying to figure out the hand position now. So let's take a look at how the artist completes that. All right. So now that you completed your two blind contour drawings, one with a drawing utensil and one with a paint and Q-tip, it is now to go to the next type of contour line drawing, which is called a continuous line contour drawing. This is when you are drawing a contour line drawing without picking up your pencil at all. It is essentially done by drawing one long line. Continuous line contour drawings can be 100% blind, or you could do them while you are looking at your paper. If you take a look at the pictures down below, you'll see that every single drawing down here, the camera and the hand, all have been created by using just one line. So, in order to make different types of creases or fingernails, you may have to overlap some lines. The two exercises you are going to complete for this, you're going to need wire and string with glue. You will be completing two continuous contour line drawings of your hand in two different positions. Um, you are going to be using for your drawing, you'll be with a partner, which you will see on the next slide. For the string and glue drawing, you'll be using a paintbrush to create the outlines with the glue and then laying the string on top of the glue. No scissors or cutting is required. Let's take a look at how the artist completes the continuous line contour drawing with wire. So as you can see, there is a partner. I have a partner with me working. So the partner is going to hold the wire where I need them to hold it. And then I am going to start to take the wire and just start to morph essentially a nice contour line around all of the creases of of their fingers and just around the basic edges of their fingers. As you can see, I have to overlap some of my lines because I need to make some of those creases. Let's continue to see how the artist creates this work. after you have created your continuous line contour drawing with a piece of wire, it is now time to use string and glue. What you're going to do first is you're going to take well, obviously you want to pick your hand position. Then you're going to take a glue paintbrush. So you're going to take a little paintbrush. You're going to have a little bit of glue near you, and essentially you're going to just draw a quick contour line drawing with the glue of your hand, just to get the basic shape, so that we can then kind of put the string down to morph the shape of our hand on our string. So the artist is just doing that. Let's take a look at how they continue to do that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your string and start to really morph your or create your contour lines with your string. Remember, you can only use one piece of string. There is no scissors allowed in this. The only reason why I have scissors in this video is so that I could have cut the string to the direct size that I needed. Remember too, this is going to be a little bit tricky because you're going to have to overlap some of those lines. It's also a good technique. Possibly, this is how I think I did mine. Is I took a picture of my hand position just to remind myself exactly what the hand position was, because I may not be able to see all of my glue marks as I am creating this work of art. So we're going to continue to watch as the artist continues to create their contour line drawing with yarn and glue. Just remind yourself for this, you may get your hands a little bit sticky, and that's okay. Just if you need to, obviously, wash your hands. At the end, you can cut off your last piece of string, and then you have your contour line drawing. All right, the third and final type of contour line drawing that we're going to be studying for these exercises is cross contour. Cross contour lines are traveling lines that are drawn across the form of the object. So cross contour lines follow the form of the surface using curved lines over curving or spherical planes, straight lines across flat surfaces, etc. So as you can see, these definitely look a little bit more intense because they are. You are drawing a contour line drawing, looking at your paper and also looking at your hand or whatever you're drawing. You are then going to start drawing the planes of the drawing, right? Or the object, I should say. So, for example, we know that when we're looking at a face, we can see that the nose obviously is curved, it protrudes out from our face, it's not flat. So, you will create curved lines in certain areas in order to create the cross contour curves of the thing that you are looking at. For this exercise, you are once again going to create two cross contour line drawings. The materials you are using are a sheet protector with an expo marker and masking tape with a worksheet that I have printed out for you or is located on Google Classroom. You may pick up your pencil and use it as many times as you need, just to let you know. Actually, first, what you're going to do is draw the basic shape of whatever you're drawing first. Specifically on the expo one, the basic shape on the masking tape one is already going to be there for you, so don't worry about that. And then you're going to start to create the planes and the curves of your hand. Let's take a look at how the artist completes this with the sheet protector and the expo marker. So you will be putting your hand in a sheet protector, okay? Do any position that you please, okay, with your hand. Try to get creative and do other types of hand positions rather than just a palm up. I'm just showing you how to do that here. You're going to take an exo marker and first make the basic contour line or outline of your hand. After you do that, you will then start to be creating the planes of the surface of your hand. So you want to make sure that on the flat parts of your hand, you're going to make straighter lines, and on the curved parts of your hand, you're going to make curvier lines, okay? So you want to make sure that you're doing this. Take lots of time to practice this because it's great practice, and it also is kind of fun to do different hand positions. For the next cross contour line drawing, what you're going to be using is a worksheet that I have printed out for you, or you can find on Google Classroom. And you are also going to be using masking tape to create those contour lines. You do not have to draw the basic outline first because it's already printed for you on these worksheets. Some of the lines are already printed for you. All you have to do is take your masking tape. I like to kind of make smaller strips for my masking tape, so I kind of put them on the side for me. So I like to kind of cut it in half just to use just tearing it in half. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start creating almost like these curved lines that kind of go with the curvature of the part of the hand that I'm creating. So I'm just going to do this throughout the entire hand, and I'm using those other lines that are already there on the worksheet to help me figure out exactly where I need to make curved lines versus straighter lines or things like that. So, as the artist is finishing up the last few portions of this cross contour line with masking tape, please just remember I am looking for six different drawings or contour line drawings from you on Google Classroom. You need two of them, must be blind, which are going to be done with either a marker or any sort of drawing utensil and a paint and a Q tip. Two of them are going to be continuous line drawings with the wire and the string and glue, and then two of them are going to be cross contour with the masking tape with the worksheet and also with the expo marker and sheet protector. I'm looking to see I'm looking forward to see all of your work.